Welcome to Module 3. We're going to be starting on different linguistic topics now. We're going to start off with phonetics. The International Phonetic Alphabet is a system of sounds to symbol correspondence. So each symbol represents a sound that is part of all human languages. So it's used by linguists to represent sound accurately. So for example, butter, phonetic transcription would be written like this: rider, tough, fish, watch, collar, and collar. So notice that the orthographic form is not the same as the phonetic transcription. When we produce speech, we use our speech anatomy, which is our lungs, our vocal folds, our vocal tract, and then our articulators. For a visual of the vocal tract, you can click here. This is how we produce sounds. The air comes up through our vocal folds, and it either exits through our oral cavity or through our nasal cavity, which helps us make the sounds. There's four parts that work together in an interconnected process. So we have the respiration, which is our lungs and diaphragms, that pushes the air out. There's phonation, which is our vocal folds. There's resonation, which is our oral and nasal cavities, and then articulation, which is our lips, our tongue, our alveolar ridge, our hard palate, our soft palate, and our jaw. So the diaphragm contracts, air enters the lungs, and then it's released and air is pushed out. This is breathing, and this is the power source for speech. Air moves out through the lungs, through the trachea, and into the larynx. If the vocal folds are closed, the air vibrates and a voice sound is produced. If the vocal folds are open, a voiceless sound is produced. Resonation is the air flowing through the nasal or oral cavities depending on whether the velum is raised or lowers. So this is adjusted by changing the position of our tongue and our jaw. Articulation is how the air is broken up into speech sounds by the movements and structures of our mouth. So we have moving parts, which is our tongue, lip, soft palate, and jaw. And then we have fixed parts, which is our teeth, our alveolar ridge, and our hard palate. So, quick condensing of the speech production. Air comes out of the lungs, the vocal folds vibrate or they don't. Resonation occurs in the oral or nasal cavity, and then it's shaped or stopped by the different articulators. So, we have consonants in English, which are described by saying either it's voiced or it's voiceless, the place of articulation, and the manner of articulation. So if you look at the back of your textbooks, the back of the language files, you'll see a chart for the consonants. It's on the back cover. And at the top is the different places of articulation. So is it bilabial? Is it labiodental with your tongue in your lip? Dental, your alveolar ridge? Or does it occur further back? And on the left side, going down the chart in the column, is the manner of articulation. So is it plosive? Is it a stop? Does the air stop completely? Is it a nasal? Does it go up through our nasal cavity? Is it a fricative? Do we make some sort of blockage in our oral or nasal cavity to change the sound? For example, B is a voiced bilabial stop. Our vocal folds vibrate, so it's voiced. You can feel it on your throat. B, B. Our lips come together, meaning bilabial. That's our place of articulation. And the airflow is released in a burst, and we stop it. B. And that's our manner of articulation. Please check out the interactive vocal tract as well as the interactive consonant and vowel chart with the different sounds. In addition to consonants, we also have vowel sounds. So if you look at the same back cover, just below the consonant chart, there's a vowel chart. And it describes our tongue height, if our tongue is towards the front of our mouth or towards the back of our mouth, if it's tense, and if we round our lips or if we don't. So, oh is a closed mid-back tense rounded vowel. So play around on the interactive vowel chart so you can better understand this. Then there's suprasegmental features. And these are in addition to the discrete sounds. So these discuss length, intonation, tone, and stress. We won't be focusing on this in this class. This is a much more detailed way of writing linguistics. And you can account for them in IPA writing. If you look at the bottom of the back cover, you notice the different diacritics and the different symbols, and that can account for different supersegmental features. What I want you to do now is try these different practice problems in the PowerPoint on your own, and then the answers are provided here for you. Let me know, as always, if you have any questions or concerns as you work.